I'm Smith. I'm standing on Mill Road near the railroad tracks, and I'm about to take you on a virtual tour of the trail system from Mill Road to Packers Falls Road via West Foss Farm and the Highland House property. Come along. Here is a map of where we're going. Site has trail maps, and here is the entrance. Okay, I'm about 10 minutes into the walk. We've come through a narrow stretch of road parallel to the railroad tracks, and we're about to enter a big open field where the university used to have antennas for receiving communications from space aliens. Here we go. About 20 minutes from our starting point is this shelter. Come on up. To leave the shed, there's a fork in the trail. One goes off to the right, the other goes off to the left. Take the one on the left. Here I go.
There's a bit of a ford here.
Some of these are loose.
Yes. It'd probably be best to walk around the outside. Come out of the woods and we walk parallel to the stone wall for a ways to a clearing. After walking through the grasses, you'll probably want to check for ticks. So back into the woods, and up ahead is a little creek. With a rustic bridge.
We're about 40 minutes into our walk, and I'm standing over Woodland Brook, which is named for the family that settled this area in the 1730s after Durham was incorporated. This brook starts near Mill Road. It drains the Surrey Lane and Carriage Way. It runs down to the Lamprey River on Bennett Road, and that low place in Bennett Road where right before you get to Cold Spring Road and so on. Upstream from this point are a series of beaver dams. The beavers first moved into this watershed in the 1960s. And this is all land that was given to the University of New Hampshire in the early 70s by Miss Ina Thompson, who owned the Highland House. In the distance, you'll see one of the barns, or horse barns, behind the Highland House property, which is now in private ownership. These are university fields, and we're about to leave this path, which would take us to Bennett Road, if we wanted to go to Bennett Road. I'm going to take a side trail that goes to Packers Falls Road. So here we go. This is sometimes hard to find. but there is the opening. I'm standing on a path my wife and I first cleared in the late 60s so we could take our kids to see a series of beaver dams on Woodland Brook down there. The path to Packus Falls goes this way. We're leaving the Woodland Brook watershed and going down into a swamp that drains into another brook that doesn't have a name at the present time. Maybe we should have a contest to name it. We're leaving UNH property and going on to private property. Not to worry, we're going on to my private property, and I welcome folks to walk through my backyard here to get back to university land, which we'll do in a few minutes. Come on. And we are right here on the trail map. You should have one with you when you come through this way. Now, if you look upstream, up pond, this pond is fed by springs, springs that never dry up. Whale rock. Before you leave my backyard, you might take a look at Whale Rock Pond, which I dug by hand, well, with a shovel actually, back in the 1970s. It's spring fed. It's very cold. It has fish and crayfish and leeches, lots of nice leeches, very friendly leeches. They like to cuddle up. And if you look over here, you'll see the return to the university land. That path leads up onto university land. This is the largest of a string of beaver ponds on this brook. There are probably a dozen more between here and where the brook passes under Bennett Road. But this is the only beaver pond downstream from my place that's easy to see. The rest are hard to get to because of all of the... We're standing near the top of a glacial drumlin, a collection of huge granite boulders left by the glaciers that passed through here at the end of the last ice age. Some of these boulders are 12 feet high, and here we go. This was once one really huge boulder, and other pieces split off over here. Came from this one probably. You can see how this one is in the process of a separation, probably for the last 1,000 years or so. This came off of there, probably fairly recently. This one came off of this one. And these two came off of that.
Well, maybe. Last look at the handkerchief rocks.
Standing on Packers Falls Road near the Wisbel intersection, and here is the entrance from Packers Falls onto University land. The path bears around to the left, goes past those big glacial erratics, down by the beaver dams, and back up into the woods.